So I'm Erica Ewert. I am new to EICC. I've been here for about 2 months now. My role is what's called an intermediary. So I am a grant-funded position through Iowa. Every community college has one, if not more, of me. My whole role is really to connect businesses with the high schools and middle schools for career opportunities. So to help connect different job shadows, work site visits, internships, apprenticeships, anything that has to do with what we are calling work-based learning. So to get more of the professions out in front of the students so that they know what is more available for them. I like to say that my main role is to help students understand what their next step is once they're getting ready to graduate, so that they're not changing their majors 5, 6, 7, 8 times and not hopefully losing out on some financial abilities once they go decide what they want to do. So not necessarily do I push academic, but I actually am more focused on the trades, but I can help with all across. So really just getting out that awareness of what is out there for students, definitely wanting to promote the local businesses so that we can retain our students once they do decide to graduate, but just exposing them to what's out there and what different positions are out there. If we're going to talk medical, so as you know, a lot of times students, nursing is a huge one. So a lot of times we hear students say they want to be a doctor, they want to be a nurse, which is fabulous, but some students can't make it through the education that needs to go with it. So we want to be able to provide them with other opportunities so that they know that there are other things that they can do within the healthcare field besides just being a nurse or just being a doctor. I like to say that I'm helping to mitigate them changing their majors 9,000 times before they decide what they want to be when they grow up. So really just exposing them to as much career exploration as possible while they're in high school and middle school. I always like to say that, when you talk to, I used to teach kindergarten, first and second way back in the day. And when I talk to the little people, they always, say, oh, I'm going to be a doctor, or I'm going to be a nurse, or I'm going to be a teacher, or I want to be whatever mom and dad are, which is great. That's a great, introductory to careers, but getting them to understand all the different possibilities that are out there, and then getting them to connect with an actual business so that they can do some work-based opportunities to really say, yeah, this is what I want to do, or, oh my gosh, I didn't know that that was available, just to help them decide, what classes to take, what their next steps should be. So that's kind of my role, is really just to expose, working with the counselors at the high schools and middle schools with whatever career exploration and awareness that they are currently doing, to be able to expand that, and then to create that pipeline between the schools with the businesses to get that extra work-based experience.
Obviously, aside from medical, with the existence of Mercy One, Clinton region is very heavy in industrial, specifically advanced manufacturing. And I know a lot of our manufacturers are always looking for opportunities to engage students, specifically those like 8th through seniors. So it's going to be interesting to see how we can collaborate moving forward to make that happen, hopefully in a post-COVID world. But as it is right now, it's a little difficult. So what are your expectations, I guess, of us as employers and me as an economic development professional, and working with you to make that synergy happen?
So while I am employed by EICC, I am here definitely to help students know what those next steps would be. If they're interested in a certain field, if they're interested in a certain industry, I'm obviously going to help them with the admissions process if they want to go to CCC. But I'm also here just to kind of make those connections with the businesses to create, like I said, that pipeline. So whether it's an apprenticeship, an internship, a job shadow, really exposing them to let them know what's out there. When it comes to industrial advanced manufacturing, we piloted a program called the Manufacturing Awareness Program in Clinton last year, which from what I hear went extremely well, to the point where we've got lots of sponsorships to continue that program, and it's going to go across the region. So what that is it's a EICC program where students, it's all online, it's free for students that might be interested in the manufacturing area. It's 25 modules, if you will, of informational pieces to the different positions that fall underneath the manufacturing. So the first three that students can sign up to do are forklift, assembly, and supply chain. If they're in there, they're an hour each. If they're in there and they complete them, they're able to say, yeah, this is for me, and they want to continue on. It unlocks up to 25 different modules of those kind of specific areas that students can try out and see what they enjoy and what they don't enjoy, and see if that's something that they want to move forward with. And then obviously if they're interested in going to Clinton Community College, we will help that that process. Otherwise, you know, if they're interested in doing an apprenticeship or finding that somewhere else, we're able to help with that as well. If they are, you know, saying that they want to go into nursing, you know, obviously building that pipeline with Mercy One or other local agencies that are able to provide that experience for them is what we want to do. Really, again, my main role here is to help build those connections between the employers and the schools, doing some classroom presentations, doing some site visits, doing whatever it is that we need to make sure that the students understand what's out there and what's available for them, what their next steps look like, what the skills are that are needed, if that's going on and getting an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree, if that's something that they can do an apprenticeship or some work based on, you know, hands-on learning to get into that industry, whatever it may be, we are here to help facilitate. On the reverse of that, if businesses are looking for a certain population, like Lisa just mentioned that medical assisting is, you know, obviously a great need. If you're looking for students, then I'm able to work with our admissions staff to talk about what students we have available here that might want to do some internships. If you are a business who has an apprenticeship program, you can utilize me to help promote that within the schools. If you have some other kind of career-based program that is able to get students to come and explore your industry, you can use me to promote that within the schools. I'm kind of like the middleman of the sharing of the communication between the two. So anything that benefits either the employer or the student is kind of, you know, what my function is.